Power is my mistress. I have worked too hard at her conquest to allow anyone to take her away from me. The best cure for the body is a quiet mind. There is only one step from the sublime to the ridiculous. Greatness be nothing unless it be lasting. We must laugh at man to avoid crying for him. One should never forbid what one lacks the power to prevent. Ambition never is in a greater hurry than I, it merely keeps pace with circumstances and with my general way of thinking. If they want peace, nations should avoid the pin pricks that precede cannon shots. Men are more easily governed through their vices than through their virtues. There are only two forces in the world, the sword and the spirit. In the long run, the sword will always be conquered by the spirit. My downfall raises me to infinite heights. The surest way to remain poor is to be an honest man. A man cannot become an atheist merely by wishing it. A man will fight harder for his interests than for his rights. Lack is more in means than in principles. True heroism consists in being superior to the ills of life, in whatever shape they may challenge us to combat. Who saves his country violates no law. Glory is fleeting, but obscurity is forever. Respect the burden. When firmness is sufficient, rashness is unnecessary. In order to govern, the question is not to follow out a more or less valid theory but to build with whatever materials are at hand. The inevitable must be accepted and turned to advantage. The only conquests which are permanent and leave no regrets are our conquests over ourselves. A constitution should be short and obscure. It requires more courage to suffer than to die. A leader is a dealer in hope. A celebrated people lose dignity upon a closer view. A picture is worth 1,000 words. The torment of precautions often exceeds the dangers to be avoided. It is sometimes better to abandon one's self to destiny. The people to fear are not those who disagree with you, but those who disagree with you and are too cowardly to let you know. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Great ambition is the passion of a great character. Those endowed with it may perform very good or very bad acts. All depends on the principles which direct them. A revolution is an idea which has found its bayonets. The only victory over love is flight. Secrets travel fast in Paris. The art of the police is not to see what it is useless that it should see. The heart of a statesman must be in his head. The most dangerous moment comes with victory. Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action has arrived, stop thinking and go in. Do you know what amazes me more than anything else? The impotence of force to organize anything. Let the path be open to talent. From the heights of these pyramids, 40 centuries look down on us. When small men attempt great enterprises, they always end by reducing them to the level of their mediocrity. The infectiousness of crime is like that of the plague. The truest wisdom is a resolute determination. 4 hostile newspapers are more to be feared than 1,000 bayonets. Impossible is a word to be found only in the dictionary of fools. 10 people who speak make more noise than 10,000 who are silent. Skepticism is a virtue in history as well as in philosophy. Music is the voice that tells us that the human race is greater than it knows. History is the version of past events that people have decided to agree upon. History is a set of lies agreed upon. He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. The French complain of everything, and always. An army marches on its stomach. England is a nation of shopkeepers. Great people are meteors designed to burn so that the earth may be lighted. The only one who is wiser than anyone is everyone. To do all that one is able to do, is to be a man. To do all that one would like to do, is to be a god. There are only two forces that unite men, fear and interest. The great proof of madness is the disproportion of one's designs to one's means. When soldiers have been baptized in the fire of a battlefield, they have all one rank in my eyes. Ability is nothing without opportunity. There are two levers for moving men, interest and fear. A true man hates no one. Never awake me when you have good news to announce, because with good news nothing presses, but when you have bad news, arouse me immediately, for then there is not an instant to be lost. Every private in the French army carries a field marshal wand in his knapsack. A throne is only a bench covered with velvet. If you wish to be a success in the world, promise everything, deliver nothing. Valor is a gift. Those having it never know for sure whether they have it till the test comes. And those having it in one test never know for sure if they will have it when the next test comes. The strong man is the one who is able to intercept at will the communication between the senses and the mind. Someone says, boys will be boys, he forgot to add, boys will be men. If you want a thing done well, do it yourself. Never ascribe to malice that which is adequately explained by incompetence. There is one kind of robber whom the law does not strike at, and who steals what is most precious to men, time. Men take only their needs into consideration, never their abilities. The word impossible is not in my dictionary. Truth alone wounds. Large legislative bodies resolve themselves into coteries, and coteries into jealousies. France has more need of me than I have need of France. Riches do not consist in the possession of treasures, but in the use made of them. There is no class of people so hard to manage in a state, as those whose intentions are honest, but whose consciences are bewitched. A revolution can be neither made nor stopped. The only thing that can be done is for one of several of its children to give it a direction by dint of victories. One must change one's tactics every 10 years if one wishes to maintain one's superiority. I am the successor, not of Louis XVI, but of Charlemagne. The surest way to remain poor is to be honest. Those who have changed the universe have never done it by changing officials, but always by inspiring the people. What is history but a fable agreed upon? In revolution there are only two sorts of men, those who cause them and those who profit by them. Music, of all the liberal arts, has the greatest influence over the passions, and it is that to which the legislator ought to give the greatest encouragement. I have only one counsel for you, be master. The conscience is the sacred haven of the liberty of man. The first quality for a commander-in-chief is a cool head to receive a correct impression of things. He should not allow himself to be confused by either good or bad news. There is no such thing as accident, it is fate misnamed. Ability is of little account without opportunity. With audacity one can undertake anything, but not do everything. The battlefield is a scene of constant chaos. The winner will be the one who controls that chaos, both his own and the enemy's. The best way to keep one's word is not to give it. I am sometimes a fox and sometimes a lion. The whole secret of government lies in knowing when to be the one or the other. I made all my generals out of mud. An order that can be misunderstood will be misunderstood. Forethought we may have, undoubtedly, but not foresight. Women are nothing but machines for producing children. The extent of your consciousness is limited only by your ability to love and to embrace with your love the space around you, and all it contains. Thanks for watching. If you like this videos, don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment.